Hi, and welcome to Julie's weekly Mindsets episodes on how to unlock your infinite potential so you can create the life that you desire by design and not default. In this podcast, I will give you insights into who you are on neurobiological level and what are you capable of creating when you're understanding your highest values in life, the connection between your conscious and subconscious mind, your brain and your body. Once you change your perception, the attitude you hold towards yourself and towards the world, then you can create a successful life, incredible relationships, and you can heal your body and your mind. You know why it is so hard to be happy? Because we refuse to let go things that makes us sad. You know why it is so hard to solve challenges? Because majority of people make decisions based on past emotional experience. They look at the past, what can go wrong, and make one sided decisions coming from unbalanced perceptions and fixed mindsets. They are decisions based on the known. And guess what happens? You again recreate the same known, maybe a little bit different known, but it's still the same recurring problem, same challenges, running like hamster in a wheel, trying to tick boxes all your life. This doesn't need to be that way. What is the solution? We can use neuroplasticity of our brain to identify fixed mindset and move from growth and move to growth mindset from fixed mindset. People often confuse growth mindset with being flexible or open-minded or with having positive thinking. The truth is, it is about deeply rooted belief that you and others can develop your creative abilities, your zone of genius to thrive in your company, your business, and your life. We all have a mixture of fixed and growth mindset, and that mixture continuously evolves with experience and learning. Our brain is changing by experience and learning. Research shows that neurological response to image of love and gratitude suppresses the primitive brain street in amygdala, fight or flight response, that only wants you to do three things: hide, run, and fight. See, the global pandemic and what some refer to as change fatigue has brought this even more to the fore, as there is a real need right now to have skills to be able to adapt to ever changing words that become part of our day to day lives. Course that I run is based on latest research in mind and brain science, neuroscience, social psychology, and sociology to help people increase engagement, improve productivity, and increase levels of happiness and fulfillment at home and at work. Nothing is ever good or bad. You perceive things as you are, not as they are, simply because you don't have the circuitry in your brain to perceive things differently. When you have balanced perception, doesn't matter what tragedy you are going through, what challenges you have, you can approach each situation coming from the place of love and gratitude. I have a strong belief that you can do so much better than you do now. Even if you think that you are already living a good life, I believe you have so much more untapped potential to live truly joyful and fulfilling life in your zone of genius. This is the mastery of your mind and ultimately of your life. It has been scientifically proven that our thoughts regulate our genes and that DNA don't control operations of our cells. Now, tension between conscious willpower and subconscious memorized programs can result in serious neurological disorder. I am walking through some of that. I have very strong willpower. And because of not understanding the power of subconscious programs until I was 40, I was running unconsciously on learned perceptions of others, my teacher, my parents. They became my beliefs. I didn't know how to question them. I was using my conscious willpower for 40 years, which resulted in me getting sick with three autoimmune conditions and becoming absolutely numb in feeling anything. The sum of our genetically programmed instincts and beliefs we learned from our parents, teachers, news, collectively form the fundamental programs in the subconscious mind. Now, let's talk a bit about success. So many people misunderstanding this world and always want more and more to prove themselves, usually to their parents. There is a good distinction. You can't have more of what you don't really need. I want you to hear that again. You can't have more of what you don't really need. Success is not all about money. Money is energy. It's an extension of success that allows us to have feeling of comfort, pleasure, to be able to do what we love doing and experience in life. But if you are focused on money, you are missing the point. There is so many successful people full of money but empty on the inside, never satisfied. They can't even enjoy their money. In reality, it is never about money. It's about the feeling we want to experience. Working towards your dreams and goals become much more easier when you get your mind and your brain working with you and not against you. Majority of people want something because they think that it will make them happy. For example, you want a house or you want more money or you want a better job because you think it will make you feel happy. So then they start to dream about getting a house, and because they don't have it, they experience lack and separation, trying harder and harder to get what they want. And when they get it, they quickly move to another thing. And that feeling of emptiness, insecurity, lack, unworthiness is always present. See, it is not about trying harder all your life and then dying because more likely you will get sick. And this is what happens to majority of people. It means letting go of the stories and limiting beliefs you have told yourself or been given by your family and embracing the idea that you and you alone are responsible for the words and pictures in your head. When you are happy on the inside, even if your current circumstances don't look this way, good things tend to happen. Marisa Peer, international therapist with 30 years of very successful practice, say, what I often find is that people who have the outer trappings of success without the internal work are even more unhappy than those who live more modest lives. But those who have both outer and inner success are really on the top of the world. This is why, first, it's so important to know your highest values in life, your purpose, and demonstrate them on all levels your career, health, relationship, recreation, friends, family. And I'm talking about you living according to your highest values, not others. A purpose is one thing for everyone. When you are doing it, you feel complete, in total peace, in the knowledge that this is what you mean to be doing. There is no such words like must, should, have to. If you have these words in your vocabulary, it indicates that you are not living by your highest values. It is not your purpose. It is purpose, it is something that you love doing, and when you do it, you forget about time. No one has to remind you that you need to do it. Purpose, your highest values, are not driven by ego. It is driven by your heart. Now, most of us have habits of thoughts. We are just not aware of them. We engage in self dialogue without realizing that doing so is a choice and that has major impact on how we think and how we feel, what we create in our reality, and how it impacts our lives and lives of our kids. In psychology, there is inner forces are often called saboteurs, and people allow them to affect their life consciously or unconsciously. So whether it is a judge, the controller, the restless, the stickler, the pleaser, the avoider, the victim, the hyper-vigilant, the hyper-achiever, the hyper-rational. These saboteurs can run the show if you allow them. As one research from Stanford University found, some of the world's most outwardly successful people are ruled by their various saboteurs, using negative emotions as fuel to push them. They feel they will ultimately fall short of their true potential and experience joy and happiness in their life. In other words, while the saboteurs can help them to get outward success and achievement via forcing and using strong conscious will, such as perfectionism, workaholic, competitor, they will never experience true happiness and fulfillment in their lives. They will be always running empty, trying to get the next thing. And guess what? Our body is not designed to live in fight or flight stressors for a long period of time. When your body is out of homeostatic state, your heart is incoherent, your brain is incoherent, and you are getting various unexplained conditions, disease, cancers. In neuroscience, we know that only 2% of diseases are genetic. Don't you think that all of our unexplained allergies and autoimmune conditions, cancers, heart disease, that it's a very small percentage for all of the disease that we are getting from nowhere? You are your genetic engineer. You control your mind controls your brain, and your brain controls your biology. The first habit of thoughts. Your mind always does what you tell it to do. Majority of people don't realize that they live in a modern world with the mind still living in cave age, running on outdated instructions. Your mind is like a computer program. If you don't upgrade your computer, it will get viruses and stop working. If you don't give your mind clear dynamic instructions, it will be running on outdated programs, still thinking that you are benefit from your old instructions that you gave to your mind, maybe when you were a child. Next habit of thought is words you say to yourself and pictures you make in your head. What are you rehearsing every day in your head? Become conscious of your unconscious thoughts, worries, and behaviors. You can't see a way out of a challenge if you are looking at it every day from the same level of mind, thoughts, feelings of your past. Even if something fills you with fear, if you replace those images and words with a more neutral one, you can lessen the effect that a given event or occurrence has on you. For example, needle perceived by drug addict versus a nurse versus someone with a needle phobia. For example, I love acupuncture because my perception of needle is that it unblocks energy points in my body and helps the energy to move more smoothly. And I focus on pleasure. I focus my mind on feeling good after acupuncture. This is perception of my brain perceives it as a reward versus someone that I know that perceives needle as a danger and would never have acupuncture. See, the difference is not in the needle, but in the perception of it. You and only you have the power of this learned perception. The third habit of thought, make unfamiliar familiar and familiar unfamiliar. Only this way you can change your life. The job of your mind is to keep you safe and always alive, always in familiar. Your mind perceives danger in unfamiliar. So if you want something and you don't have it, then you have to make it pleasurable. Your mind wants you to feel pleasure. Your mind always seeks for pleasure and your mind avoids pain. If you think same thoughts, you feel same feelings, and you make same choices, you create same experiences. This leads to the same behavior and then loop back. Same behavior triggers the same thoughts and the same feelings. Everything in your biology, neurochemistry, hormones, and even gene expression stays the same. And you, only you again, have the power to change it. That's where real power lies. The fifth habit is the habit of action. It is not enough to be aware of everything. It's not enough to be aware of something you need. You need to make decision and take action. Doing things that you don't like doing them first, if it leads to achieving your dreams and goals in life. This is what successful people do. They have a habit of doing things they don't like doing first thing in the morning. Either it's giving a phone call to someone, making a pitch, writing one page of your book, exercising, whatever your goal is. This is how you build your confidence and resilience. And if you do it every day, with the time it will become your habit. In neuroscience course that I teach, we use 30 to 90-second rule to move through unpleasant emotions, to make a habit of doing things we don't like doing, if they're important in achieving our goals in life. The next habit of action is delaying gratification. Our brain is a reward-focused machine. If you set a reward system, big or small, to delay gratification, you can teach yourself to delay gratifications and enjoy its benefits later. It is self-discipline that you can have it all later. I'm very good at delaying gratifications. I mentioned in my previous articles that my mom unconsciously taught me with the bowl of cherries when I was only 3 years old how to delay gratification. I actually had another problem. I had to learn how to make time to reward myself. And I'm going to finish with the last habit of thought, deeply rooted belief that you are enough, that you are worthy of whatever you desire. Funny enough, when I talk with people, majority of people say, I am worthy. But it is exactly like when majority of people say, I have growth mindset, and they don't. So feeling worthy on your conscious level, it's not enough. You can only trust, believe, and surrender equally to your current emotional state. So if you say, I am worthy, I am healthy, everything is good, but your body feels unworthy, your body feels fear, lack, limitations, anger, frustration, vulnerability, that that thought that you are worthy and everything is good is not going to pass brain stem to make it to your central nervous system. So that means everything stays the same. Nothing is changing in your neurobiology, neurochemistry, and even in your gene expression. You are not feeling worthy on deep subconscious level. There is a cognitive dissonance between your subconscious beliefs and your goals and what you consciously know and understand. To wrap it up and to emphasize the importance of power of repetition. Power of repetition is cumulative. There is no quick fix in this life with anything. If you planted in your mind faulty beliefs for 40 years, it is going to take time to replace them. And this can be only done through repetition and understanding. We know that it takes about 21 days to remove the old belief and about another 30 to 60 days to implant a new one. Our brain is plastic, we know that, and changing all the time through new experience, repetition, and learning. Talking about your past for years in therapy chair stop being useful if you are not replacing the hurt and pain with new narrative. Marisa Peer. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? What thoughts I don't want to think anymore? What thoughts I want to fire and wire instead? How do I want to feel? What do I want to be remembered for? What do I want to experience in this life? How often do I question my old beliefs if they serve me, if they are true, if they are mine. What triggers my stress responses the most? I have strong belief that everyone, doesn't matter how much success they have or don't have, can do so much better with less stress and anxiety than they do now. When they know how to increase their awareness and move from fixed mindsets and beliefs to growth mindsets through learning, removing the layers of subconscious beliefs and unfolding hidden potential, your zone of genius to be able to thrive in life. I have been very successful in helping people identify what triggers their fight or flight responses, their fixed mindsets that help them to find solutions to their ongoing problems. I have been also the best client for myself, and I successfully healed 3 autoimmune conditions without touching drugs and built thriving and successful business for myself that is 100% aligned with my highest values in life, which are freedom, love, health, learning, and development. Last question I'm going to leave you with: what are your highest values in life? And how do you demonstrate them? If you want to know more, visit my website www.infiniteintelligence.coach and book a free call. I'm looking forward to hearing your story.